You can be the dream. Just make sure you never sleep on yourself. Welcome, my gorgeous goddess, to another sermon from the throne of divine confidence. I am your host, Divine Ruler Ororo Snow, Supreme Mistress of Discipline, voice of the Snow Angels Society, and the creator of the House of Divine Command. And today's episode is for the ethereal enchantresses, the boss babes with bomb energy, the women who know they are the fantasy, but sometimes slip into the slumber of self-doubt when no one's watching. This episode is your wake-up call. Not a tap on the shoulder, but a scream from your higher self wrapped in silk and power. Let's begin. So I'm going to ask you a very honest question, darling. Why do some women perform like she's the prize, only to treat herself like she's on the clearance rack? You curate your look, your light, your lifestyle, and your Instagram feed. And yet, when the applause doesn't come fast enough, or the mutts don't line up quick enough, you hesitate. You start thinking, maybe you're not really that bitch. You start shrinking to fit a mold of typical hoes that you feel get the attention you want. You start sleeping on yourself harder than those mutts likes, or non-likes rather, ever could. Let's be real. Social media trained an entire generation of divine women to be obsessed with reaction instead of radiance. 4 generations actually. And it's not really social's fault. It began with magazines and movies and supermodels, and the whole thing has trickled down to being in your face every single day, every second of every day. But what they don't tell you is this: being the fantasy is about building your world, not waiting to be invited into someone else's, not waiting to be discovered or found or applauded. If you are a goddess, you are never worried about the peasants that aren't a part of your queendom. You are not a trending topic. You're a timeline reset. And if you want to be a trending topic, then you better start creating your world to become one. Being that girl isn't about becoming what others worship. They've been doing that since the day you came into their lives. Being that girl is about becoming so deeply embodied in your worth that even on your off days, your shadow glows. That's the kind of goddess fantasy that never fades. And here's the trap. When you become so good at being the vision, you forget to actually be the vessel as well. You have to nourish what keeps that power alive, that keeps your aura glowing, not just your likes. If you start managing aesthetics and never strive to refine your essence, the fantasy of being that girl becomes performative and starts dragging you down. And the reality you have always known to be true is now feeling like an unattainable dream. You live for the look instead of growing from the lessons, instead of feeding the deep goddess energy that gives you real power. But goddess, Fantasies don't last unless they're fed with reality. You don't need more filters or fillers to look younger. You're not competing with 25-year-old girls for attention unless you sell yourself that lie. You need more focus on yourself and how you're growing and branding your business and empire. You need more attention in your brand and the way you move offline. You need more integration in building your business around your real life. More internal praise. Yes. Because what is a fantasy? A dream with direction. That means this magic has to truly mean something to you. It can't just serve as others' entertainment for double taps and empty pockets. You are not their escape. You are your own elevation. If no one claps for your glow up, so what? Did your crown slip? Fix it with prayer and price increases. If no one reposts your mirror selfie, who cares? Post it again and manifest the camera crew you're going to have for your next big photo shoot. You don't need permission from losers and bitches that wish they could have your energy to hold aura. You need possession. Possession of your purpose, of your power, of your presence, for yourself. Not for the likes of a bitch that can't even afford to breathe in your direction. And let me tell you something sacred. A goddess is never late in her arrival. She's simply creating suspense, anticipation, allure for her entrance. You can be the muse and the mogul. You can wear the fur and know the formula. You can post the thirst trap and command a throne. Just don't ever trade your reality for the fantasy you see on Instagram. Never edit your truth for empty performative attention. Because here's the deepest flex: being fully seen without asking permission, existing as the art that you are, and building your empire like an architect. That's truth your devotees love to see and support. You are here to influence the energy, not chase it. So wake up, Divine One. Stretch your worth. Moisturize your mindset. Light your incense and invoice your inbox. Because dreams only matter if you're dedicated enough to collect on them. Now that our altars are raised higher and our self-made fantasies have a solid foundation, let's pause to discuss today's mutt of the day. This particular mutt had the audacity to DM me a "what you doing" text after ghosting his task for 3 weeks, like I didn't notice. When I sent a PPV, he replied, "I don't pay for words." Oh, loser. I know you don't think you have the power to ghost me and talk to me for free. This is the kind of mutt who wants you tired, unsure, under duress for a loser bitch's attention with a false promise of the pocket change he claims is real money, so he doesn't have to level himself up to your preset standards. You don't need his fucking money, and you don't care if he sticks around or not. You have others. The kind of loser who thinks your success is a personal attack to his fragile-ass ego. But mutts like him are useful. They remind us exactly what our energy is worth and that we must stay supremely selective and charge tax. They show us the difference between lustful desire and honest devotion. And most importantly, they give us content. Not cheap screenshots, but months of goon-worthy, edge-inducing, thirst trap commanding, loser humiliation porn content. Take whatever moldy crumbs these losers try to sell you and make them eat their fucking words with their cum as you get richer and sexier. So, to my listening mutts out there, keep embarrassing yourselves. Every weak attempt fuels the next price hike. And if you're brave enough to kneel, there's a link in the show notes to pledge your obedience or be paraded as a future mutt of the day. Now back to us, goddess. Every day is a new day to implement a plan, ritual, or strategy into creating your femdom reality. Today's command is simple, sacred, and absolutely necessary for your next evolution. Romanticize your reality until it refuses to be ignored by anyone, especially yourself. This means treating your morning like a montage, not a tiring hassle. Curate your emails like you're writing for Vogue. Just because everyone around you is basic doesn't mean you have to shrink and fit the mold. Drink your coffee like it costs $65 and was poured by your personal assistant. Live like you love yourself more than anyone else, and do so loudly. Your power lies in not needing anyone's validation in the form of double taps or likes or compliments. Your glow up begins when you realize the only fantasy worth chasing is the one where you control how you win, not if. Take up space and suffocate those bitches. Wear the outfit, not for a special occasion, but because it's in your wardrobe. Send the high, scary-priced invoice. Light the candles, lock the door, and never, I mean never, let their silence to your power soften your story. If this episode stirred something in your soul, stroked your spine, or sent a subtle shiver through your self-worth, subscribe, share, and submit to your higher self. Find me everywhere at Soft Edge, Sharp Tongue for thoughts that slap and captions that convert. At Aurora Snow, your divine ruler in every sense. And at Gallery Aurora Snow, where elegance meets ego death from all my devoted visual learners. Leave me a review if you dare, if you love me, or if you're just that girl. But more importantly, you can fix your crown. Absolutely raise your rates and remind them bum-ass loser mutts the dream is you and you're charging rent. This has been Never Give These Losers Pussy. Bye.